Hello, and welcome to Cry Havoc Wargaming, dedicated to bringing you the uncommon. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Ron, and today we're going to do an after-action report of Dux Britanniarum by Too Fat Lardies. So let's get started. I promised I would do a battle report of a battle from Dux Britanniarum, so here it is. Now this is going to be a usual battle. This is a pretty small force because this would be indicative of a Saxon Lord's first battle. I'm basing it on numbers from our failed campaign, which was about at that spot. We did one raid beyond where we needed to. One of the Saxons was already ready to go. We were playing a multi, 4 or 5 player game using the Raiders extension and some information I found online. This is going to be the usual battle, or the basic battle outline that is in the basic rules. And I say that because Mike Whitaker is making some really nice extensions and new alterations and ideas to make these battles a little less specific. They also change the way the game is laid out. Battles are normally played on the long edges of the table, and he put them so they'd be on the short edges, much like the raids are. But he's also added a couple of other scenarios to mix and match and add a little more variety to the battles. I'm going to try to do one of those for you too, but I decided to do a normal battle first since Mike Whitaker's work isn't available for the general public yet. He's working on a Dux Britanniarum compendium, but a number of difficulties with his family life have held that project behind where it should be. Anyway, without any further ado, let's go to the gaming table. This is the table for today's game. We're going to be doing a battle. We start on the long sides of the tables. We rolled for entry location. We randomly placed the terrain, and then we rolled for how far in on those entry positions we came. Romano Brits are coming in over here. There are 2 warrior units with 2 extra guys that were earned from past experience. This is the second in command of the army. Back there we have the Hearthguard with the Roman Lord and his champion, and behind them are 3 levy groups run by the 3rd Lord. And then up on the hill here are the skirmishers armed with slings. The Saxons have 3 elite warrior units. That's based on where the campaign ended. They'd earned an extra elite group with their leader and their 3rd Lord. Behind them are 3 normal warrior groups with the 2nd Lord, a group of skirmishers armed with bows. And we're going to do the pre-game first. The pre-game, they get to go through certain actions to try to increase the chances in the battle. They get to choose from 5 choices: initiate single combat, bibimus, provide mead, ale, or other inspiring beverages for your men; 3, begnino numini, consult the gods; 4, make a rousing speech; and 5, end the pre-game phase and start the battle proper. Pre-game initiative, we have to roll off a d6 to see who actually has the initiative for the turn. So the Saxons get 3 and the Romani get 4. All right, so the Romani have pre-game initiative. Thinking about initiating with the champions, I will send the Romani champion out. Single combat. Each force will have 1 champion who represents his lord in battle. A champion may challenge his opponent to single combat in pre-battle phase. His opponent may accept the challenge or may refuse. But if he refuses, it's going to cost 3 points to the challenger's force morale just to start. So we're not going to do that. We're going to accept the challenge. So the Saxon, both champions are going to have 66. I didn't bring my cool Roman dice. Those will be for the Saxons. I have reproduction Roman dice I usually use for this game, but I left them with my Midgard. I'm going to use these gray with the 1 red for the Romano Brits, and the green will be for the Saxon. So the first thing I have to do is roll off to see who goes first. Romanos get 1, Saxons get 3. They divide by how they're going to fight. We're going to do 4 for attack, 2 for defense. I'm going to do 5 for attack, 1 defense for the Romans. So the Saxon attacks first. He's looking for 5s and 6s. He got 2. There's only the ability to stop 1 of those because I only put 1 die aside for defense. And I didn't stop either. So Saxon's already down dice. He's going to swing, the Romano Brit is already down dice. The Romano Brit is going to return his hit, and he gets 3 hits. Saxon can only stop 2 of those. He stops 1. The Saxon will take 2 hits. You have to roll off initiative again. Saxon, this time Saxon gets, it's tied, so you have to re-roll. Saxon gets 3, Roman gets 1. Saxon's down to 4 dice. He's going to do 2 and 2. I'm going to do 2 and 2 for the other side as well. So the Saxons attack, nothing. Don't need to roll my defense. The Romano Brit attack back is 1. There's 2 dice to defend that, and he stops it. Roll off initiative again, 5 and 3. Romano's going to, we're going to do the 2 and 2 again. Saxon gets nothing. Roman doesn't need to defend, but he attacks. He gets nothing. 3rd attack. Oh, we have to roll initiative again. 1 for the Saxon. 6. The Romano goes first. Romano is this, so I'm going to do 3-1. And we're going to go against 2-2. So 1 hit. The Roman gets 1 hit. 2 defense rolls. Stops that hit. But the return Saxon's hit, nothing. These are just going nowhere. We already rolled Saxons 5 and 6. We do the same thing again. 3-1 on the Roman side, 2-2. Romans get 2 hits. Saxons can only defend 2. They defend none. They have lost. They have 1 die to hit back. They strike. They do hit. Only 1 defense. It fails. So that's a lost die. And now we roll off initiative again. 3 and 6. Romano goes first. He's going to go 2-1. Going to have to go attack, I guess. So no hits from the Roman. 1 attack. And that's a miss. Roll off initiative again. This time the Saxon goes first. He's definitely going to go to attack. I'm going to go 1-2. I'm going to go 1 attack and 2 defense. That's a miss. Didn't need that defense. But the Romano Brit attack back is a miss. Roll off again. 1 and 4. Romano goes first. He's going to go 2-1. We'll put that all on defense. 1 hit. No defense. The Saxon defender is killed. The Romano's force morale goes up by 1 for that, for having their victorious champion win. No punishment on the Saxon side, but the Saxons now get to decide how they are going to respond. So that ends that. We've lost the champion for the Saxons, and it's the Saxons' turn. And the Saxons are going to choose Bibibus. Bibibus morendum est. A lord may encourage his men to great deeds by liberally supplying them with ale, wine, or mead. If he does this, all of his force will imbibe, and we roll a d6 on the following table to see the results. This is a risky one. It can, well, any of these can be bad or good. They get a 3. 3, add 1 point to force morale. Well, they could use that. They really wanted to get the Bibibus card in their fate deck, though. Oh well, so much for that. Now it goes back to the Romano Brits. The Romano Brits are Christian. Makes sense that they're going to ask for miracles. You roll for Regnino Numini. Rolled for Regnino Numini. I get 4. We are blessed. Add 1 point to force morale. Next turn, we get 6 for the Romani for initiative, 2 for the Saxons. I'm going to go ahead and make a speech. 4. Action, not utterance nor power of speech. Add 1 point of force. All right, so the Romano Brits are getting levied up on this. We'll go ahead and do Regino Numini for them. 2, that's not good. Bad omens. Add 1 portentous signs card to the fate deck. That can't be good. And force morale goes down to 7. So the Saxons are not doing particularly well here. Roll off again. Whoops, can't do it that way. 1 for the Romans, 1 tied. 5 for the Romans, 6 for the Saxons. Saxons go first, so Saxons are going to go ahead and end this phase and begin the game. I'm right now shuffling in the portentous card into the rest of the fate deck, and then we're going to pull other fate cards to bring our deck up to where they should be. Romano Brits get 2 new cards. I'm sorry, 3 new cards. So the Romano Brits have shield wall and braced, which they always have. That's comes with them for every game when they start, but they also got strong arm. Warriors and elites hurl missiles before charging in. Rally, a group of formation may reduce 1d6 shock, and Audacia. A leader may increase the status by 2 levels for this turn. Not bad. They're in a good starting position here. The Saxons start with aggressive charge. Violent charge adds +1 to their hit road, and goad, which locks groups and stops them from entering into fights. It's helpful to keep from being flanked and things. But they also got strong arm, which allows them to hurl missiles. Fear, a group or enemy levy or warriors who are within 6 inches of your champion take 1d3 shock. And true aim, missile troops may shoot with a +1. So that's where we start, and we begin turn 1 of the game. There's not going to be a limit, I don't think, on turns for a basic battle. So what we do is we pull the first card of the game, the first of our activation cards, and I have Saxon Lord. When a noble's card is dealt, he may use his command initiative in a variety of ways to influence the battle and his men around him. For each command initiative, he has 3. He may do the following: activate a group or formation within his command range, rally 1 point of shock in a group of formation, form 2 groups into a formation or add a single group to an existing formation, change formation from mass, formation, or shield wall. Saxons can't do that. Purchase a card from the Fate deck at the start of the turn. Move on his own up to 3d6. We're going to go ahead and move. The wood shouldn't affect them. And they shouldn't affect the formation. They will lose 1 pip per die. They're going to move 3d6 forward. They get 11, but they're going to lose 3, 1 for each die. So that's going to be 8. I'm going to order the missiles forward. So the next card we get is Saxon Leader 2, who's right behind him. Saxon Leader 2 has 2 initiative. He's going to roll his guys to go forward, not further forward than guys in front of him. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He got 10. He could go all the way up to behind them. Next card, Saxon Leader 3. Boy, who shuffled these? Saxon Leader 3 is with this first group, can't really do anything. He's just there to morale. Saxon Missiles. Saxon Missiles went early. British Lord. British Lord is over on the other side there. He can't actually do much of anything because the guys are in front of him. Oh, we could order them. 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow. I didn't expect to get there. I don't think I want to get there. Let's redo that. I'm going to stop just outside of. Stop him there. And we're going to form shield wall. Next one, British Leader 2. That should have been that leader. He's already activated. Well, he didn't activate, but he forwarded him. British Missiles. Oh, they can't fire now though because they're over the heads. And that's going to take us to British Leader 3. He's got the levy, so he can move up his levy. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to move beyond the other group. That's the first turn done. Nothing really of any kind of importance has occurred. First card, British missiles. I still can't shoot with them because they're up on that hill. I could try to get them down somewhere, or move them. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and move them. 12. That might have been too far. So they moved into that chicken coop and are crossing over. And we pull the next card, and we get Saxon Leader 2. Saxon Leader 2 can't do much because he's behind the other unit. So Saxon Lord. Saxon Lord can do stuff, and he's going to. You can only play one card unless you have Carpe Diem. The Saxons do not have Carpe Diem, but they do have Aggressive Charge. And I'm going to use Aggressive Charge to charge in. The only card I can play off of my turn on the Roman side, I have Rally, which I could play, but there's no need to yet. But I do have Shield Wall Brace. So we're going to put Shield Wall Brace. What I mean by playing outside of the turn, I mentioned a moment ago the Aggressive Charge. This is a suited card. If they have a suit for the basic game, that's either going to be a dragon or a boar. The Raiders game adds a bunch of other creatures, but the boar represents Saxon, and it's a typically Saxon geared card, but it doesn't mean only a Saxon can play it. But what it does mean, having a suit card on there, is that it can only be played on a noble's activation. So this is being played by the Saxon Lord, and it'll give him a +1. But the Shield Wall Brace can be played whenever. So we're going to roll for movement. We get 8. It was only 4 inches, so that's more than enough. Oh, except that they're in the woods. They're going to lose 3 from that. Well, still, it's only 5. So this is going to be our first fight. So we're going to get a d6 for each of the front rank guys. That's a lot of guys. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's the first 2 that are actually in there. Per status Lord level. 3 for the Lord. And I guess I could put, no, I'm going to leave the second guy doing in the back to try to do recovery rolls out of the fight. Their champion is dead. 1d6 group facing inferior foe. I have to see what happens with that overlap. So open 4, 5s, and 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've hit for 9 hits. 5 and 4 are the breakdown. I'm going to put the 5 against the side with the extra guys. These are warriors. So 1, 2s do nothing. That's nothing. Everything's going to do something though. So there is a 6, 2 4s, and a 3. That is a kill and 3 shock. We ignore the first kill because we are in shield wall. And then 4 against the other unit. 1 shock. Should have been -1. So I'm going to take that 1 shock off. There was one. There should have been One less hit. That card is gone. This is simultaneous. So they also have 12. There is a level 2 leader in that unit. No mobs to hit. Open cover. 4, 5s, and 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite as good. That should have been support. What does support do? Right, so the support group should have been in the fight too. Not really sure how that works. So 2 more hits. Should have been a death. Oh, they ignored the first death. Now, fight back. So we have 12, 2 extra guys hanging on the end, and a level 2. And we are looking for, this is for Romano Brits fighting back. 6, 5, 5, 6, 5. This is a really good hit. That's not one of theirs. 5. No, it's only 7. Looks better than it was. 7 against 3 groups. The extra one wants to run with the leader. So the first group takes a shock. The second group takes a kill. The third shot group, it's 2 kills. So we have to roll for the chance that this is actually the leader. So 2, it is. Oh, that is not good. The leader got hit. So he's now a level status 2 leader. Noble wounded. Rolled a 4. They actually lost a point for that. They also have lost 2. So they do not suffer enough to fall back. They are going to take there's going to be a second round of fighting. So we will do it the same way we did last time. First unit. I really feel like that's supposed to be only the first 3 on a support. I cannot find that. I don't know, maybe it's all 3. Cannot tell what the supporting units are supposed to do. Don't know that I've ever noticed that before. And now we have a leader 2 leader in there. Without the leader and the extra dudes. 2 kills. Subtracts 1, but it's 3 kills, so it's still going to be 2 guys. One shock, 1 kill that gets ignored. Guys, we're still there. 2 leader. Except we also are losing dice now. 5, 6, 5, 6, 6. All right, so they are not hitting as strong. So the support unit gets a kill. And a wound, or kill. The middle unit gets a shock. And a kill, 2 kills, and the leader is in that group. They took 2 kills. So they're definitely driven back. They have lost that fight. 1 inch per shock, 2 inches. They're going to close in on them. And that's that fight done. Next card is Saxon Leader 3. Saxon Leader 3 is this guy. He's a 2. He's going to use that to get rid of shock. British Leader 2. British Leader 2 is in that fight, so this happens again. He's going to use and activate them. Play Audacia. Just going to give him 2 more dice. I'm also going to play Rally, which will give me a d6 4. Takes those off. That is a really good hit. That's the best hit we've had so far. So the supporting group takes 2 shock. The middle group takes 3 kill. One of them is the leader. One kill. All right, that's a lot. Okay, this was the return hit. Oh, and they would have lost a die. For the shock. No, I think this happened. All right, no. So on the group with the leader, we ignore the first. Get a shock back on them. And the other group, 3 shock. Ooh, that's rough. But they lost 3 guys to none. So withdraw minimum of 6 of excess shock, then add 2 shock per group. They don't have excess shock, but they do fall back 6. It's going to be through their other guys in their penetration. This is not a good turn for them. I also forgot to roll. Bad thing happens for the second guy getting hit. That would have been 2 points. Wow. And he gets both 3 cards because he used the 3. British Leader 3. That's the guys coming up in the back. They can't really do much because they're blocked by the Lord. Well, he could form. He could start to form them. Well, maybe he can actually form them. Yeah, he actually can. British Lord. I'm going to try to form a line. I'm going to try to move them up and join that line. With 9 inches. That's enough. He'll use a second one to form up and another one to lose one of those. In fact, play Rowley. And that moves all of them. That was a good turn. And the last card is Saxon Missiles. Saxon Missiles are gonna Try to move through the woods. I got no problem with that. They're gonna fire really close. There's 4 of them. They're within 12 inches. All of those hit. 4 5s. What are the odds of that? Oh, they should have been down because they moved. Oh no, they would have lost a d6. Okay. 4 hits, firing at warriors. That's a kill. Ignore their first kill still. That is that turn done. British Leader 2. British Leader 2 is that guy. I think he's in relax mode now. Saxon Leader 2. Saxon Leader 2 is the guy in the back. Oh no, he's in the front now. He could charge. He used one of his actions to replace a card at the beginning of his turn. And then we're going to play aggressive charge. And he is going to order his guys forward. This is going to be 3d6. It's going to go through the trees, so it's going to lose a pip on each one. So 10, 15, but he loses 3. That's no problem. I think I forgot the modifiers for the unequal fight there. That should have been an unequal fight. So they're going to hit on 3s because they've got their bonuses. I think I'm going to do this by groups. Yeah, I need to do that one by groups. All right. I need to do the returns by groups, not the attack. The death, ignore the first death. 2 shock. Two shock. Two deaths. There's no leader in there anymore. 2 deaths. Alright, so there's 2 kills. But the swing back. I think I forgot his. So a difference of 1, so they don't go anywhere. It was 5 to 4, which isn't enough to push anybody because there's only 1 difference. So this fight's going to continue immediately. 5. This fight is really wearing them out. Not a great hit. Not what they needed. That's going to be 2 on each one, so the elites get a kill. They ignore the first kill. The second group kill, ignore the first kill, and the last group a kill, and they ignore the first kill. All right, now on the return, the next group is 6, but they're going to lose 1 because of shock. And the last group is only 4, no shock. So the elite group does 3 kills, including the boss. So he drops to a 1. We have to roll for that, for the effect on. So the commanding officer of the Saxons just took a wound. I rolled what did I roll? A 2, I think, and he had a 3. I have to see if that affects the morale. It definitely is affected. It drops him to a level 1. So this is a Lord Wounded. It's 1. Well, it drops him. No, it's not Lord 1. It's only a Noble Wounded. Still, drops 1 point. They're collapsing their morale. Their morale was never great anyway, and that means he takes 2 other people. This is going to drive them back. The next group, it's a kill, 2 kills, and a shock. And the last group takes 2 shock. So they lost by 2, they're going to fall back. That's going to be 6 inches for this group here. It's going to fall all the way back behind this group. And they pulled a new fate card. All right, I don't think they have much of a chance here. So what they're going to do at this point is they're going to decide to leave. We're going to contest that leaving. They have enough morale, I think. Yeah, they can decide to leave that. We can decide to chase. The Romano Brits are actually doing very well here. As soon as the raid ends, we add up the retreat cards. Ooh, they have none. We have 1 pursuit, that's all. Campaign results, 3 points for Romanos. -3, so it's a difference of 6. You gain a tribune's tribute. The Romans would get a tribune's tribute and sufficient followers to replace the men dead from this battle. And they may recruit 1 additional group, checking on the reinforcements table. So they may have actually gained in numbers by this battle. The opponents will take 1d6 plus 4 to regain sufficient followers to replace the men dead in this battle. 1d6 4. So if we just rolled for that, the British 5 would get 4 shock cavalry. They get a unit of cavalry. So yeah, that would be a good victory for the Romano Brits. So that was a Dux Britanniarum battle. I actually had a lot of fun with that. This is the only battle I've ever done. I've been involved in 2 separate campaigns of this game, but they both whittled away and failed before we got to the battle phase, which is unfortunate. I wish we should have pushed at least 1 more turn of the most recent one, and maybe it would have survived, and maybe we would have been able to continue it when we'd started battles. We were already at a point where one of our Saxons could have done a battle the last month we played, and some of the others are getting very, very close. So, or we're getting close. I guess we could still bring it back. It's not like the records are all gone and everything, and we have the armies. Anyway, also I think I've said on this page, and it had been my experience in the game, that it was hard to win with Romano Brits, and yet the last two games I've done have both been Romano Brit victories. So this game had a lot of pretty intense scenery, which might have affected that, I don't know. Anyway, I enjoyed making the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you have, I hope you'll hit like. If you'd like to receive further notifications for videos like this one that may help you determine how to better spend your money and your time in your tabletop wargaming hobby, I hope you'll hit subscribe and ring our notification bell. Until next time, cheers.